Orange County Soccer Club coming off a disappointing loss, and they're looking for a first win in their new home field. But man, do they have a tough test tonight against the hottest team in the USL. Reno 1868 FC is in town, winners of 4 in a row. Hi everybody, alongside Matt Stubbington, I'm Brendan Gulick. This is going to be a great matchup between two teams who have a lot of things going for them, but they're missing a couple of pieces. Let's focus on what is here, and we'll start with Reno. Chris Wehan needs to play well with no Dane Kelly.
Oh, what a great piece he is for Reno 1868. What a great right foot. He takes the set pieces around the top of the box. He plays left mid, comes inside. He's elusive, difficult to mark. A real key piece for Reno tonight, and very important that Orange County SC know where he is at all times.
Yeah, Chris Wehan can definitely make a big difference in the blink of an eye. But on the other side, Irvin Parra has just joined OCSC, and man, is he going to make a difference.
He is going to make a difference, but credit to Seattle Sounders, too, for allowing him to join Orange County SC. He's got 6 goals and 6 assists with Seattle Sounders, too. And they're tied with Orange County in the league with 29 points. So they're letting this second leading scorer go to their rivals. But he's a great player, and it's exactly what Orange County SC need. They need that shot in the arm. I think he's the player to do so.
We'll look at the Reno starting lineups here. You'll notice no Dane Kelly. He's away on international duty. When you think about Reno's success, it's certainly important to point out Matt Bersano in net.
Oh, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, 50 saves on the season. He's got 8 clean sheets. It's so important that the goalkeeper plays well, and Bersano is certainly a good one for Reno.
Keep your eye on Lindo Mfeka and Seth Kasipli in the midfield as well. On the home side, well, this is where things get a little more interesting because Irvin Parra is inserted up top, and there's still some question marks in other places.
Now, there's some different ways of the Logan Pauls can put his team out. Chaplow may play in the center of the park. And it's going to be interesting to see how this lineup gels with the new insertion of Parra up top.
Although Logan Paws has been awfully complimentary of Charlie Lyon in net as well. This could be one of the premier games of the night, and it's because it doesn't pin the top 2 teams in the standings against each other, as we've seen some other places. But man, this has the potential to be a good one. Stick around, kickoff is next.
Cal South is the official state association for soccer in Southern California with 154,000 youth players. We have soccer opportunities for all ages and skill levels. Our recreational leagues focus on creating a balanced and competitive setting. The Cal South Pro Plus program is the most progressive, inclusive, and successful youth player identification system in the U.S. Visit calsouth.com, connect, and join us. Cal South. Excellence in soccer.
Just about ready for the opening kickoff tonight in Southern California on another beautiful night outside of Anaheim. Get a look there at Ian Russell, the head coach for Reno. I beg your pardon, that's Logan Paws, head coach for Orange County Soccer Club. Logan told us earlier this week that he thinks this team has what it takes to keep moving in the right direction. They've got to find ways to start stringing some things together and actually getting wins instead of draws, or draws instead of losses. It's been frustrating for OC as of late. On the other side, you see Ian Russell for Reno, and boy, his team has been as good as anybody in the league this year.
Reno 1868 have been doing a fantastic job, and why not when you've got players like Dan Kelly up top scoring 16 goals on the season, but Kelly is missing on international duty, so it'll be interesting to see how Coach Russell fits those players in up top. Let's hope or not, he's got 9 goals on the season. He'll be partnered with Brian Brown this afternoon or this evening, and it'll be interesting to see how that partnership works out.
How about some keys to the game? What do you think, especially on the visiting side, because it's at times very difficult to go on the road, especially in conference play. I know Reno's playing well, but if Reno is to come in here and get a result tonight, what do they need to do?
They need to start off quickly. You're playing against an Orange County SC team that have struggled for consistency. So if Reno can come out positively, get on the front foot quickly, pass with rhythm, find those players in and around the box, and I think Orange County might reel back a little bit, get on the back foot, and then struggle to get into the game. But it's an Orange County team that Logan Paws is, in our conversation with him, he said, I'm looking for somebody, anybody, to step up to the plate and make a statement. And number 38, Parra, newly arrived for the team, may be that player to do that for them this evening.
Kind of felt like the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anybody, somebody, Bueller, somebody step up and make a play happen. He was begging anybody to come on in and make something go. We'll see how it goes tonight. Orange County in black and orange, Reno in blue, and we're off and rolling in Irvine. Orange County still technically has the 8th most points available. That one was lobbed toward net, but not a big problem. They still technically have the 8th most points available, so they could finish pretty high in the standings depending on how things shake out. But the big loss to Oklahoma City coming into this match is kind of looming over them in training this week.
You never want to lose to teams that are in and around you in the league. In golfing parlances, it becomes a 3-shot swing basically, or a 6-shot swing, if you're looking at the point totals with 3 on offer for each game. Coming into tonight's action, the Energy are sat in the last playoff position with Phoenix Rising, Orange County, and Seattle Sounders 2 all on the outside looking in.
Well, and you've got Real Monarchs sitting at the top of the standings with San Antonio, and those two teams are playing tonight. If Monarchs SLC can come away with a win, they will clinch a playoff spot tonight, and they'll have a home game for sure. They've been as good as anybody, although tonight so far with San Antonio, they are scoreless at halftime.
It'd be nice to clinch that playoff spot, although clinching isn't exactly the way, the descriptor I would use, the way they've been playing this season, but with so many matches left to go, I mean, it'd be nice to get it all said and done as far as, yet we're definitely in the top 8. Now we can relax and see if we can concentrate on number 1. Chaplow there, he's returned to the game to Orange County tonight. He was missing such an integral part of what they do in the midfield.
Orange County trying to mount something up that far right side. Kobayashi is over there. Again, Orange County looking for their first win in this new facility. It's a nice complex, and they certainly like playing at home, but the results of late have not been kind. Their last win, hold your breath, Saturday, July 29th. They did not win in the entire month of August. Good centering attempt. Knocked away for just a moment by Alvarez. Or I should say off of Alvarez's foot.
Alvarez there trying to communicate with Chaplow. I'm sure that those two were quite on the same page. Alvarez just running out of real estate as he's trying to find passing options as he entered the attacking third.
Mentioned that Dane Kelly is away on international duty, and so puts a little extra emphasis, I think, on Reno to kind of spread the wealth, perhaps. I think you would probably fairly say that Dane Kelly is the kind of player who knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, but he's not necessarily the one that always creates it. And at times he has been a little bit lackadaisical on the field. You can't take away the ridiculous goals that he has scored. You can't take any of that away from him. But I'm just saying that maybe he's not the most electrifying scorer in the league. Nevertheless, for a team that has had as much success as Reno's had, you got to find a way to play without one of your best players.
Well, you certainly do. I mean, 16 goals on the season certainly tells its own story. Kelly obviously has the knack for putting the ball in the back of the net.
Maybe something brewing here with Alvarez streaking down the middle. It's laid off. Alvarez wide open on the backside, and it's cleared away defensively. Urban Parra was hanging out in the middle too. Boy, those two were wide open, and it just never really found him cleanly enough.
That's how composed that Parra is in the box. It's great effort there from Van Ewijk down the right flank to find Parra in the box. He tried to find his teammate Alvarez on the overlap. He was wide open in space, but great defensive play from Reno coming back. I think it was Caspi, number 84, that put it out for a corner kick.
Off the corner kick. Ball is played back in toward the middle. Orange County still alive, and the ball crosses the end line out of bounds. Well, a goal kick coming. Bersano and company dodge a bullet.
Pretty well defended there on the corner kick. And going back to Dane Kelly, it's obviously he has that knack to score the goals, but right, he also doesn't create the assists that he might otherwise do so. He's only got 3 on the season, so maybe that's a part of the game if you're going to be hypercritical that he could develop, because he's going to garner so much attention from the opposition. Perhaps he could find teammates in better positions, so he's getting the assists as well.
Dane Kelly, the Jamaican national. He has been one of the focal points in the USL all season long, that's for sure. Got off to a great start and hasn't really cooled down all that much.
And he's doing it season upon season. I mean, it's a credit to the player that he's still able to put the ball in the back of the net. You know he's going to be the #1 player on everybody's scouting report. But the great players, the great scorers are able to do it.
Great initiation here for Brown. He lays it off to the backside. And the flag goes up.
Oppenot just drifting offside. Brown couldn't get control of the ball, but to release it to his teammate.
Antoine Oppenot from Paris. He was actually born in France, but raised in Princeton. He's become quite a threat at the top of the formation for this very talented offensive Reno team. Not a bad idea, but poorly executed as the ball rolls across the touchline.
Trying to find Alvarez on the left flank. He's been very active in this early part of the game. Normally see Van Ewijk playing on the left for Orange County SC, but he's drifted over to the right.
Brian Brown needed a little help, didn't get it.
Oppenot trying to get open to create an angle for Brown to pass him the ball. Brown couldn't find him. Holds his hand up in apology.
Charlie Lyon, another young guy on this Orange County team that, even though they have had some struggles this year, it certainly feels like Logan Pause is in his corner.
Oh, absolutely. Very complimentary was Logan Pause as we spoke to him in the middle of the week. And why not? He's got 64 saves on the season, 5 clean sheets.
Maybe the most standout thing that Logan Pause said was, you know, he's a good soccer player, but I think he's a better human being. And it's just nice to hear coaches say that about players, because that's not always the case. But you can appreciate when a coach cares about a guy like that and wants to build a team around someone. Brent Richards took a small spill. Olive getting a little talking to, getting a look at it.
A little wry smile from Olive as well. As college football started today, I think there might have been a flag thrown and a personal foul called, 15-yard penalty on that one.
You had a college football favorite this year? Who's going to win the national title?
Well, it's not going to be my alma mater in UF, the way they played this afternoon. 3 points on offense and the rest on defense. So
not ideal. Maybe the one big shocker in college football today was that Youngstown State took Pitt all the way to overtime before the Pitt Panthers figured out a way to put away the former FCS national runner-up from a year ago. Could have been quite a story. Just about 10 minutes into the game, and we still have no score at this point, but who knows how long that'll be the case with two teams that are capable of putting it in the net. By the way, in a slightly more somber note, our thoughts and prayers are going out to all those affected by Hurricane Harvey. The USL is encouraging fans to donate to the American Red Cross. You can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or text Harvey to 90999. Please consider donating to help all the victims who have suffered from that terrible storm down in southern Texas and really across the Gulf. Played toward the middle. Nice job by Osegeda. Here comes Reno the opposite way. Opano. He's taken down. That's a poor tackle by Oscar Soto. And he's going to receive a booking. He really didn't make much of a play on the ball.
I'm just trying to slow things down. Opano getting the ball here. Lovely little touch, and then just running across the back of the player. It was Soto, and he knew that he was going to be talked to by the official. I think he was a little surprised that he got the yellow card. It was maybe thinking that he'd just get the talking to, but certainly can't fault the referee for making the decision there.
Carlos Alvarez lays it off. Orange County trusting captain Richard Chaplow with it for a moment. You can see the lights glistening off the top of his sweaty bald head. 12th minute. Great look for Brian Brown, and it's a diving save. The second chance, no. Great follow-up by Chris Wehan, but Reno denied twice with Charlie Lyon coming up big.
There was a great ball in. Brown whale open in the box, turns and faces net. Look how quickly the goalkeeper comes out, smothers that attempt, and then Soto puts his left foot out and blocks the follow-up from Wehan. Great use of the body there from Brown to create that opportunity for himself.
High arching corner headed back down by LaGrassa. Kept alive. Kasipli sends it back to LaGrassa. Chips it toward the middle, and the header is knocked up into the air, looking for Morel. With less on it, still alive in front, and it's a one-handed save. The rebound rolls into the net. Reno just wouldn't stop trying, and it finally went in. Jimmy Ockford makes it 1-0.
Just couldn't get the bounce of the ball to go their way, could Orange County. It was kept alive very nicely by Reno. Soto there trying to clear the lines. Lions with the save, and then just the tap of the toe there from Oakford. Great aggressive header back into the box. And just that scramble of bodies in front of Lyon, and then straight through the legs of the goalkeeper into the back of the net.
Well, unfortunately for Orange County and for Charlie Lyon, the way Ockford was positioned, it kind of blocked Lyon's viewpoint. He didn't, there wasn't much on, he just couldn't see the ball.
Well, sometimes you don't have to put a lot on it, and that's case in point. Ockford just did what he had to do, and the goalkeeper was just left stranded.
Orange County having to play from behind here at home now.
Well, credit to Orange County for the battle that they showed in their own box.
They almost came up with a big, quick answer. Parra getting involved, trying to put the ball in the middle of the field. Van Avijk couldn't finish it. But a corner kick coming for the orange and black.
Good response. The battle that they showed in the box, they just couldn't get the ball clear.
Corner kick sent in, deflected away awkwardly. And now it's pulled out by Mfeka.
On the goal, I think it was LaGrassa that had that aggressive header to put the ball back into the penalty box, which led to the goal-mouth scramble, which ended up with the ball in the back of the net. So credit to him for putting that ball back into the penalty box and making life difficult.
Ball played ahead for Brian Brown. Rolls it beautifully into the middle, and it's a second lightning-quick goal. Reno on the road. It's Chris Wehan, 2-0.
Quick diagonal ball across the back line. Brown runs onto it. Lovely control, measures things, and look at this ball across the box. It's missed by Wehan. It goes into the back of the net, off of the defender. I believe it's Soto there. But look at the service on this ball. The measure of the pace of it was fantastic. The goalkeeper was beaten. The defender was unlucky. I don't think Wehan got a touch on that ball, but he's credited with the goal nonetheless. Certainly, even if he didn't touch the ball, Brandon, he created it with that diagonal run across the face of the goalkeeper. The defender had to track the run.
It's a Reno team that's won 4 games in a row, and sometimes when it's going right, it's all going right.
I complimented Orange County on their battle prior to the first goal going in, and they had a pretty quick response. How are they going to respond now, going 2 down in a very short space of time?
Alvarez rolls it far side. Wehan steps in the way. Chris Wehan, only 22 years old. He spent the summer last year training with San Jose before he was invited to do a trial with Reno last month. Former college player at New Mexico, where he was a Lobo.
Looked up his highlights that he has posted on YouTube. Some spectacular goals in his university days.
Pretty fun little highlight reel for sure. Reno 1868 FC has had some high-scoring games already this year. And they are, at the moment, letting you believe that they're capable of doing it even without one of the top goal scorers in the league in Dane Kelly. 2 early goals, and they came quickly back-to-back. Only 2 minutes apart. Truth be told, as we double-check the live stats, Wehan is not credited with the goal. They are giving it as an own goal to Oscar Soto. So no goal for Wehan, but nevertheless, the 2-0 on the scoreboard tells the story. A little contact on the opposite side of the field. Jordan Morrell, maybe a little over-aggressive. Orange County feeling it out.
Orange County trying to find a way to exactly feel it out, find a way past this back line of Reno. Unable to do so without straying offside. Quickly restarted.
Opano lays it off for Brown. Couldn't get there. Fans, you can stay up to date with the latest USL news and information from all around the league with USL Coast to Coast, hosted by Mike Watts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also airing the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Chaplow Poorly struck it. And it's out of bounds in front of his own bench.
Seguedo was trying to get up from the left back position to support Chaplow. You can just see by the player's reaction how disappointed he was in that effort.
Brown really working hard to keep Abolaji away from the ball as best he can back there.
I was watching Orange County in warm-ups, and Abolaji, he just is a specimen. That's the only way I can describe him. Is he's a big lad.
He is definitely a presence there on the defensive side. That's exactly what you're looking for in a center back. I don't know about you, I'm not driving at him.
I'd stay away.
Alvarez lays it off to Chaplow, who side foots it ahead. Parra touches forward, and it's cleared away.
The importance for Orange County right now is to make sure they keep with their game plan, keep moving for each other, keep passing the ball. Logan Paws talked about how things break down for his team. And I asked him the question, is what breaks down first? He said, it can be different things, but in the end it's cyclical. If the runs aren't there, then the passes don't happen. And if the passes don't happen, then the runs will never come. So the team just has to work for each other and make sure that they do keep playing the game of soccer that they know and staying within the frame of the game that they practice day in and day out.
Orange County feels a responsibility to try and continue to improve the product on the field because they love the playing surface, they love the facility and the venue, and they want to continue to cultivate this fan base. Logan Paws told us that he appreciates the relationships that he's developing with some of the fans, and he loves that, you know, they are feeling like a part of this community, but he wants it to grow, and he knows a lot of it is based on how they play. This one's rolled too far ahead, and it's certainly frustrating on the home side to be down 2-0 20 minutes into a game at home. Now granted, you're playing against an incredibly good team and a proven team throughout the course of the year, but nonetheless, his point is that he wants to see his team play better and rise to the, you know, the occasion of having a chance to impress a fan base that's happy about a new venue to call home.
And the start of that is putting a competitive product out on the pitch. If they don't go on in this game and in this season to try and stay on the front foot and compete in every game, if they just roll over and play dead, so to speak, then the fans won't come out. But if they're putting their best effort forwards and the fans are seeing good skill and good competition, then they'll come out and support the players' effort. Obviously, if you're also getting on the winning side of things, that makes things a lot easier for the fans to come out and support.
It's only the second time these two teams have met on the soccer field. So it was headed toward the middle looking for Parra. The first was opening night, Saturday, March 25th. It was at Greater Nevada Field. Orange County, you can see, won the game 2-0. First game in Reno's franchise history. It went Orange County's favor. But the tables have not exactly fared that way since then. Boy, look at Openo's work rate. He wants so badly to be a part of the game. And it's so difficult to defend a guy that constantly is moving his feet like that.
It is, and that comes down to effort, and that's the one thing you can always control on the soccer field is your effort that you put forwards. And he's such a busy player up top, and it makes it so difficult for those centre-backs to mark him. And also, you're a little bit more conservative with your outside backs going forwards as well, because you're not exactly sure where the runs from Openo are coming from.
Reno near side. Kept alive for a moment. Richards. Back to Lindo Mtheka, the former USF Bull.
Got to see him quite a few times playing in Tampa. Very impressed with him. He's an explosive player.
He and Marcus Epps, who also plays in the USL, were college teammates and two very good college players. It's a tough college soccer conference. Connecticut Huskies have a nice tradition. USF always has a good program. There's some developing programs in that conference like Cincinnati and East Carolina, but pretty good soccer. Tulsa really also another terrific school. Reno leads 2-0. We are in the 25th minute. Orange County hoping to answer here at home before they find themselves in an unbelievably large hole. Cross toward the middle, looking for Urban Parra. Rather Alvarez, I beg your pardon, and he was able to at least momentarily avoid a collision.
I'll credit the goalkeeper here, Pisano, for putting him off of the shot. It starts with good play on the left flank. The service in from Van Avijk was a good one. And look how quickly the goalkeeper comes out. We saw it at the other end with Lyons coming out and closing down the shooting angle. There's another example, a fine one there of Pisano coming out and making a difficult opportunity almost impossible. And Alvarez just putting it high and wide. Talking about busy players, you're talking about how Hopano has been a busy player. I think Alvarez has been busy for the opposition, Orange County tonight, right from the opening kickoff.
No question. Both with the ball at his feet and maybe even more so, just trying to find an opening. Here's Alvarez tapping it to the backside. A wicked shot. How did that not go in? Orange County denied in an unreal fashion.
It looked like it hit on the underside of the crossbar, and now they're faced with defending a counterattack.
Lindo Mfeka lays it off. Nowhere near the mark. I have no idea how the ball hit the underside of the bar like that and then somehow didn't deflect into the net. Seems to defy physics, but my goodness, it's still 2-0.
It has the fans and the players scratching their heads in what do they have to do to get the home field advantage going their way. And the crossbar still ringing from the shot. It was a beautiful ball played across, a good half volley. The goalkeeper was beaten.
Alvarez tried to lay it off. Van Avijk didn't come to his aid quickly enough. And once again, Reno races up the field the opposite way.
Good defense there by the center backs, Morel and Ockford, for Reno to put Alvarez off of the ball.
Kasipli back to the near side and Richards. Seth Kasipli right foots it into the teeth of the defense and then receives it back. That was fortuitous. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, please visit NikeSoccer.com.
You look at Reno, they play a traditional 4-4-2, and you would think that Orange County, having the 5 midfielders, would have that numerical advantage in the center of the park, but somehow, some way, Reno always seem to have an extra player over going forwards.
So tactically, how would you try to counter that?
I think it's moving that ball more quickly and trying to, normally I'd say switch the point of attack, but I think perhaps flipping the triangle a little bit, maybe having a holding midfielder and then 2 attacking midfielders in the midfield for Orange County would benefit.
Opano lays it off. Brown lurking in the middle. Kasipli rips a shot. Nice kick save from Charlie Lyon. Boy, he has been tested throughout this first half.
Except for those 2 occasions, he stood tall as well. He's done a good job, Lyon.
Yeah, and really only one of them was Well, I guess neither one of them were necessarily his fault. One was an own goal. I guess that's what I was referencing. But the goal scored by Reno, he was kind of blinded. He couldn't have really done much about it.
I mean, the ball kind of just bounced down and off of the foot of Oxford. I don't think Oxford knew a whole lot about it when he put the ball in the back of the net either.
Well, the give and go from Parra didn't work, looking for Osegueda. Luis Fernandez.
Part of the challenge in the midfield is the fact that players like Wean, who's playing left outside, he'll come in middle and balance things out a little bit.
Morel with a nice pass into the middle. Openo looking back to him. Instead, it's Brown that follows. Brian Brown taps over the top. And it's headed on one bounce to the keeper.
Not the best runs in the box there from Reno, not very organized. Brown coming late. He would normally be one of the targets. Instead, he was serving the ball.
Maybe something for OC here. Not immediately. Only 22-year-old Wehan clears it away. Half hour in. Right now, it's all Reno. Left-footed in. Good effort. Osegueda off target. Here's another look at this ridiculous ball that hit the crossbar but somehow didn't go in.
Just stood up at the back post was the ball, and look at the shot there, beautifully done. Parra trying to get a goal for his new club, and as he was turning away, you could see he just didn't understand how that one didn't go in the back of the net. We certainly don't understand how it didn't go in the back of the net. It was actually a full volley. It was a beautiful piece of skill from Parra.
Reno playing with a man injured at the moment, laying on the field far side. It looks like it's either Morel or Brown. I believe it's Brown, slow to get up. But he has gotten back to his feet. Excuse me, Mr. Kobayashi, you're right in our camera shot. It is Brian Brown. Reno with 2 goals on the road. I've had a chance to see lots of different teams on both sides of the USL, both conferences. You start to think about what kind of fun potential matchups for a USL final would be. How about Reno and Charlotte? You get those two teams together, you could see a really entertaining game if both teams are at full strength.
Very entertaining. Martinez brothers and how talented they are, and then Herrera as well up top.
Enzo Martinez scored twice today. He's got 16 now on the year. Alex Martinez, as the offside flag goes up, Alex Martinez is actually serving a 4-game suspension, so he'll be out for a little bit. He was involved in a spitting incident against Toronto last week. Charlotte beat Richmond earlier this afternoon, 3-0 down in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Good that the Independents are getting back on the right foot. They've had a little bit of inconsistency of late. That Toronto game, I actually had the call on that, and for the first half it was all the Independents, and it looked like it was going to be an easy ride to the full-time whistle.
Brown on a full sprint. Lyon made the aggressive calculation, I should say, to come out and grab it, and he barely got there in time.
That was a difficult save for the goalkeeper because he had to dive forwards to collect the ball.
Late in the first half. Reno's only taken 5 shots, but boy, it feels like a lot more than that. Good, hard, clean challenge, won by Orange County. Alvarez with a good ball played ahead. Kobayashi has Para there too. Cleared away.
4 shots on target tell the story. It feels like Orange County are getting chances in their attacking half, but that back line of Reno holding strong, and Orange County SC just haven't been able to put anything on frame.
Well, they've had the one that went off the crossbar.
And that truly was on frame. It just doesn't count as being on target.
It was about as on frame as you get. Here comes the yellow card. I couldn't help myself. It's issued to Para. That would be one of the oddities of the rule. How would you assess Irvin Para's play so far in his first 34 minutes for Orange County?
He's done pretty well. He was fairly active up top. His team aren't finding him with the consistency I'm sure he would like and that they would like, but that's understandable considering that he was on a different team prior to Thursday.
48 hours ago.
I mean, we were just mentioning that the chance on frame that didn't count as being on frame, and it was his beautiful piece of skill, the full volley at the back post to beat the goalkeeper, just couldn't beat the woodwork.
This time a low roller knocked away.
He had the opportunity earlier in the half as well. Van Eyck played the ball to him in the middle of the box and he tried to square it to Alvarez on the right, but was defended nicely by Casper.
This is where Reno really excels. They are maybe the best team in the entire league at counterattacking. Richards on the right side. You can survive a counterattack, at least a quick one. You've got a chance to beat Reno 1868.
There's that ball there that's cleared out by Abalaji that has to be collected by Orange County. If it's not, then you're just getting the ball right back in your face again. The second and third balls are so important at every level of soccer to be able to win. And I think that's really been the difference in tonight's match, is that Orange County just haven't done that with the consistency that they need. Looks like Chaplow is struggling a little bit. Hands on knees for a moment. Number 7, the captain for Orange County.
Fernandez. Well, that was an aggressive play by Avike. Fernandez held him off.
Van Eyck's coming deeper defensively than I've seen from the games that I've watched Orange County play this season. He's normally kind of hangs out on the front line, so I like his aggressiveness coming back. He's been active on both flanks as well. He's a player that can be a little bit frustrating at times because he's so technically gifted. And sometimes when he gets frustrated with the way the game is going, he will hold on to the ball too long, and that's one of those cyclical moments that Logan Paws will talk about, that the runs dry up because the passes don't come.
This was a little bit of a cheap shot from Morel and an unavoidable booking.
Yellow card caution has been issued to Reno 1868 FC number 4, Jordan Morel.
Certainly a yellow card. You can see that the foot was raised, the cleats were shown a little bit as he went in for the tackle on Para. Elbow up as well.
Orange County desperate to find a first half goal. That seemed like a wasted chance. Chaplow looking for one of his big-bodied teammates. Good effort. That was his best sequence of the night so far. Chaplow right foots it ahead. A little bit too tall. Fernandez there. And then it's headed away.
Set pieces are so key when you're struggling, and the service on that one was atrocious. Let's talk about beating the first defender. That one barely met the first defender's knee as it was poorly served into the box.
Para. Well, Segeda denied, but a throw in. Ooh. Para immediately goes down, grabbing at his legs. Play on. Chaplow. Chests it down. Van Avike wanted to let it rip. Para still not yet in your picture. Para has gotten back on his feet slowly. And here we go with Openo once more. Look how fast that Van Avike has to come back and try to help defend.
That was a beautiful track back there from Van Avike to get back and win that ball cleanly. Openo just slowed down momentarily, trying to get some support to come to him.
Well, the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring the game's top talent and its rising stars. You can stay up to date with all the latest league news and information on USLsoccer.com or on Twitter at USL. Closing in on the end of the first half, where Reno has scored twice on the road and taken a lot of hope away from Orange County as they look for their first win on this home field.
So Para was going to be a little bit rash on his challenge there as Richards was shepherding the ball out of bounds for the goal kick. He's already on a yellow card as Para. He needs to be careful. Reno plays so simply. It's that old-fashioned 4-4-2, and they make it work. Those outside midfield players come in when they need to shore up the numbers in the middle of the pitch, and that allows those outside backs to fly up the park in support. And you got players like Brown and Openo doing their job up top as well, hitting on the counter-attack and then holding up the ball nicely.
Wehan just mistouched that one.
And right there, Wehan, he's popping up right in the middle of the pitch, trying to hit the overlap. Just wasn't able to connect on the pass. But that makes it so difficult to defend.
It was almost a dangerous play. Somehow, Fernandez came away with it okay. Lindo Mfeka seems to fit this style of play so well. Openo constantly applying pressure up at the top. Final 4 minutes and change of regulation. Orange County at this point just trying to get into the locker room without making this any worse. They gave up goals in the 13th and 15th minutes, and they do not have one shot on target yet. Maybe it's coming here. Everybody waiting in the middle. Para tips it behind him. Alvarez was there, but so was the defense.
I think it was Richards again, spoiling the crossfield pass from Para, trying to find Alvarez for the second time in this first half.
That time Para on the sending end. Abalaji gives it away to Sorto. Touched over. Well, Segeda way offline.
A little bit too early on the service there. Would have been better off just settling the ball, trying to cut inside and then serving it with his right foot. Chose the first time service with the left. Unfortunately for Orange County, there just wasn't the run being made at the back post that was needed at that moment in time.
Chaplow tries the other side of the field. Hard to wrap your head around that one. Orange County sticking with it.
And Everett had players open on the right and on the left. Chose to go down the middle, and that's where the strength of this Reno defense is, with Morrell and Oakford.
Well, the USL would like to let you know, especially if you're directly affected by Hurricane Harvey, that our thoughts and prayers are with you. And they're encouraging all USL fans to donate to the American Red Cross. You can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or text the word Harvey to 90999. Please consider donating to help all those affected by this storm. Does not appear that we will have any stoppage time added on to the end of this first half, and so we may only have 30 seconds remaining before the intermission. Fernandez helped poke that one free. And Fecca, who's very good at just controlling the ball. I mean, yeah, he's explosive and agile, but he's able to keep his feet on the ball really well. It's definitely one of his strengths.
And the style that Reno play lends itself to the way he plays the game in the center midfield position.
The ball crosses the end line. Since it's Orange County possession, it will play on. And there's the whistle. So we've reached halftime. Reno with 2 goals on the road, one of them on their own accord, one of them a gift. Nevertheless, they have a 2-0 advantage, and they just haven't taken their foot off the gas pedal this entire game.
They're such a difficult team to play against on the counterattack. Orange County trying to play more aggressively, more positively as the first half wound down. It's going to be interesting to see what changes are made at halftime.
If you didn't catch the entire first half, don't worry. We've got you covered. First, we'll have stats. We'll have some highlights coming along the way as well. It's Reno 2, Orange County nothing at halftime.
South is the official state association for soccer in Southern California, with 154,000 youth players. We have soccer opportunities for all ages and skill levels. Our recreational leagues focus on creating a balanced and competitive setting. The Cal South Pro Plus program is the most progressive, inclusive, and successful youth player identification system in the U.S. Visit calsouth.com, connect, and join us. Cal South, excellence in soccer.
There's a moment in life when time stops. When you need someone you trust by your side. For the last 60 years, Hogue has been there. From a first footprint to life throwing a curve, our mission is to continue being the name you turn to. You've trusted us to bring your sons and daughters into the world. And across generations, as your family has grown, so has Hogue's. With a network of doctors, hospitals, urgent cares, and health centers, providing the highest standard of care to our patients. We've never lost sight of our mission to lead the way with state-of-the-art facilities, top flight physicians delivering superior outcomes, standing among the nation's finest, becoming your loyal health partner for life. It's an honor to be there in your time of courage, hope, and triumph. Hogue for life.
Reno 2, Orange County nothing at halftime. And Saturday night USL coverage along the West Coast. Reno 1868, winners of 4 in a row. Matt Stubbington, are they on their way to the 5th? So far, so good.
Well, so far, so good. You're absolutely right, Brandon. It's been a really tough road for Orange County SC. And Reno, they just started so positively, and they just continue to play positively throughout the first half. And it's interesting, the statistics don't really lie in this picture. Orange County, they've got 52% of the possession. And what I like about that, they're trying to find a way to get that possession in their attacking half. They're just not finding the way to get it in their attacking third. Whereas Reno 1868, somehow, some way, with that old-fashioned 4-4-2, they get the ball back on their back line, and then they hit you on the counter so quickly. It's a difficult team to play against. Something that has to change, though, is that shots on goal for Orange County. You're not going to score anything if you don't put it on net, and that's something they didn't do throughout the first half.
It's kind of amazing how well Reno counterattacks. Both of their goals came in high-pressure situations. Pretty impressive. We'll have some of those highlights coming along the way for you, but before we do that, we'd like to take a couple of minutes to let you hear from some of our sponsors from around the USL.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do each.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Week 23 of the 2017 USL regular season was one for the record books. 5 midweek matchups took center stage as the league's total attendance record was shattered. Wednesday night saw the USL surpass the 1.5 million mark in total attendance, pushing past 2016's total attendance in just 6.5 weeks after the league passed the 1 million mark. FC Cincinnati continues to lead the league in average attendance with more than 20,000 fans per game, with Sacramento Republic FC not far behind. But notably this season, the league has more than doubled its number of teams averaging more than 5,000 fans per game, with 9 clubs above that mark. Those 9 teams, which include newcomers Reno 1868 FC, Ottawa Fury FC, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, sit in the top 11 in average attendance nationally, inside Major League Soccer. With the season pushing on, the 2 million attendance mark is on the horizon. As the race for the 2017 USL Cup playoffs heats up, the league's fans are not cooling down. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
Why do you not get me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey. She's cute. Nice going, man. They're going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Reno with a 2-0 lead on the road at halftime. And they are playing at Orange County tonight, who is featured in our next nationally televised game. It's Phoenix Rising FC and Didier Drogba. They will play here in Orange County on Wednesday night at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Hope you can join us for that one. 2 goals for Reno, one from Jimmy Ockford and one actually an own goal, has given the visiting side a 2-0 lead. But is it enough? Orange County definitely won't go down without a fight. Reno is a tough team to come back against. They're one of the hottest teams in the league with 4 consecutive wins, and they are easily one of the most offensive teams in all of American soccer. Highlights from the first half come your way next from Orange County.
There's a moment in life when time stops. When you need someone you trust by your side. For the last 60 years, Hogue has been there. From a first footprint to life throwing a curve, our mission is to continue being the name you turn to. You've trusted us to bring your sons and daughters into the world. And across generations, as your family has grown, so has Hogue's. With a network of doctors, hospitals, urgent cares, and health centers, providing the highest standard of care to our patients. We've never lost sight of our mission to lead the way with state-of-the-art facilities, top-flight physicians delivering superior outcomes, standing among the nation's finest, becoming your loyal health partner for life. It's an honor to be there in your time of courage, hope, and triumph. Hogue for life.
Cal South is the official state association for soccer in Southern California with 154,000 youth players. We have soccer opportunities for all ages and skill levels.
Our recreational leagues focus on creating a balanced and competitive setting.
The Cal South Pro Plus program is the most progressive, inclusive, and successful youth player identification system in the U.S. Visit calsouth.com, connect, and join us. Cal South. Excellence in soccer.
Well, even though Orange County Soccer Club is down 2-0 at halftime, they're not out of this match. They just can't dig themselves any deeper of a hole, because if you are down by 3 or more against Reno, you can pretty much take it to the bank. So here's some first half highlights. And Matt, why don't you tell us why Reno is not only playing well, but why Orange County's not out of it?
Well, Orange County have started to play more positively in the end of the first half, but they have to do better at getting the ball out of the danger area. Fantastic job there by Richards to keep the ball alive, and then it just falls onto the foot of Ockford and through the legs of the goalkeeper, Lyons. He didn't know anything about it. Look at that header in, chest control. Soto's there to try and clear it out. The goalkeeper does his best, but in the end it just bounces the wrong way as far as Orange County are concerned and into the back of the net for the visitors.
Doesn't have x-ray vision, can't see through his own defenders. Sometimes it's just a bad break.
Well, Soto there was very involved in that play, and he's involved in this one again from the wrong end. Look at the control here from Brown, just slows things down. The pass was sublime. The run was fantastic from Wean. He missed the ball, but Soto didn't, and puts it past his own goalkeeper. I love the angle on the pass, the angle of the run, the timing of the run, and Soto, unfortunately, he had to track back like that, and it was just off the back of his heel into the back of the net, and Reno is celebrating their 2-0 lead at that point. Orange County coming back more positively. Ball played in there from Van Eyvite. He did a good job. Credit the goalkeeper, Alvarez, did his best to put it on frame, but Bassano came out quickly, closing the angle and forcing the errant shot. Look at the control with the right foot. The goalkeeper read it beautifully well for Reno.
Bassano's lucky that he didn't get kicked in the teeth. And check this one out, it just ricochets off the bar.
Oh, the newcomer Parra trying to find a way to put it in the back of the net. Full volley with the right foot. I'm not sure the crossbar stopped shaking yet. The goalkeeper was beaten, but the woodwork wasn't. It was a great look for Orange County SC, but somehow they haven't been able to find the back of the net yet. They just couldn't get the rub off of the woodwork.
So Reno leads 2-0, and if they continue to play well, this is what's in front of them the rest of the regular season. Matt, this is a pretty darn favorable schedule.
It is favorable, and with the team that's at the moment third in the league, or in their division, I should say, they've got to be looking pretty favorably with that. All those teams there are on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs are concerned, except for the Energy.
So certainly Reno's in a good spot. Orange County Soccer Club, well, they've got a little bit more work to do.
And they have a lot of work to do, but that's a key game, that Phoenix Rising game right there. At the moment, Phoenix Rising just above Orange County in the standings. So if they can win that one, it'll be a really good victory for Orange County and maybe vault them into the playoff picture.
Here's how the standings look at the outset of the day with Real Monarchs and San Antonio playing against each other today. Boy, that's a big one. Reno obviously right on their heels. Swope Park has played well too. It's just a nail biter, and at full time we can tell you that San Antonio has beaten Real Monarchs to tighten things up a little bit at the top. But when you've had such a good season as the Real Monarchs have, they've got a little bit of a cushion to work with.
They certainly do. And those point totals are updated as things stand right now in the matches in progress. So at the beginning of action this afternoon, Orange County were in fact tied at 29 points with Seattle Sounders 2. Phoenix Rising were ahead on 31 points. So it's all to play for, and okay, I always say it wrong. The Energy from Oklahoma. OKC Energy, they're looking over their shoulders, wondering who's going to be chasing them down for the 8th and final spot in the playoff picture.
A couple of other games that are notable from around the league today. Louisville City beat Charleston in a matchup between two of the top 3 teams in the East. Louisville City got a goal fairly midway through that game. It was definitely in the first half, but not a bad goal. 1-0. They come up with a big win at home against Charleston. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are both borderline teams. At the moment, Cincinnati's in. At the moment, Pittsburgh is not. And they both picked up 1 point with a 1-1 draw. Red Bulls 2 beat Tampa Bay 4-2. Charlotte, as we mentioned earlier, topped Richmond 3-0. 2 goals from Enzo Martinez. And as you mentioned, Swope Park beat Oklahoma City today 2-0.
On that Eastern Division, from 1st to 9th place, there's a difference of 13 points. So it's a very close division.
It's a whole lot tighter than it is out west. You're used to seeing the blue jerseys fly up that side of the field, but adjust your thinking because we've switched sides at half. And so now Reno will attack from right to left. Both teams back out there in their starting 11, no subs, which means each team has its full complement of 3 substitutions available. Glad to have you on board in Irvine, California tonight. If you joined us late, I'm Brendan Gulick along with Matt Stubbington and our entire USL Productions crew. This game has, in a lot of ways, played out as we expected. But I've been impressed with the way Orange County has been resilient today. Let's see what they can bring here in half number 2 along the lines that Logan Paws told us about. Hey, it's time for somebody to just step up.
Yeah, it's got to be some time for some magic. They've got the players to do it. They certainly have that. The newcomer Parra up top. Van Eyvijk certainly technically gifted enough. Offside call, I believe. Brown early on his run. Epelager was a little bit aggressive in his challenge. Certainly was an offside call, though.
Brian Brown didn't like the fact that play was restarted where it was. Nevertheless, off and running. This is Zachary Kobayashi. Parra chips it toward the right corner.
I noticed this at the end of the first half, and it seems to be progressing into the second. The outside backs for Orange County are being more aggressive, going up on the flanks, trying to join the attack for Orange County SC.
Is that an effective way to go about it?
Well, it is. In the modern game, the outside backs are so important, especially if your team's playing a version of the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-5-1. Those outside backs have to get up the pitch so that you can create width in the support. The other thing that's important about that is if your outside backs are going up in attack, then they're occupying your opposition outside midfielders, and they have to come back defensively, and they can't attack you. There's a clumsy challenge there. Kobayashi getting the yellow card, and rightly so.
Wow. Well, I think you could see what unfolded there. As you're going to see another look at the replay. I don't think the yellow card was initially going to come out, but apparently there was some chatter coming from the Orange County bench, and you quickly saw that yellow card come out, and he looked back at the bench and basically said, zip it.
You don't want to be getting a card on the bench for not zipping it.
So Kobayashi was put in the book anyways. Maybe that's just a little bit of frustration. Boy, that was a borderline dangerous play by Morel, sticking his leg that high up and exposing his cleats. Kobayashi lays this one off. Olive, back to Franco. Parra and Franco working on the right side. Plays it into the middle. How quickly can Reno get into this counterattack? Very quickly if it's with Lindo and Fecca. Rolls it across far side.
Orange County just can't allow Fecca to pick the ball up there and run 50 yards up the pitch. And credit to Fecca, the heads-up play, knowing that he had the support from his right fullback to come as well and complete the pass.
Reno exhibiting some patience here. Didn't see a lot of that from them in the first half. It was more forcing the issue repeatedly. Orange County still seeking its first win inside this new home venue. Had a lot of good things here, in the community and in the opening of this venue, but haven't had one in the win column yet. Reno is the hottest team in the league. 12 points in their last 4 matches, 4 consecutive wins. And they are on their way to a 5th win in a row. If they can make this 2-0 lead stand up.
So the ball went out of bounds on that far sideline, throwing to Reno.
Richards has a pretty good ability to let it fly. He's actually one of the better guys in the league when it comes to distance on a throw-in. Good read by Morel. Discipli came to his aid. You almost get the idea now that Reno is just more content with their possession, but also that Orange County is kind of picking up the defensive pressure a little bit and forcing them to just look for open players. That's a great ball played ahead. Parra's there, rather Alvarez, and it rolls into the net, but the flag went up. Unbelievable break.
Logan Pauls looks at his bench and shakes his head in dismay there. Had to be such a close call. Again, just the luck of the green, the rub of the green just isn't going the way of Orange County.
Zach Kobayashi leads the field. Orange County needs a little bit of a different look, and so they've gone to Gustavo Villalobos from North Hills, California. Good long ball played toward the middle. But nothing too difficult for Charlie Lyon. Pretty impressed with the way that Matt LaGrassa has played defense tonight as well.
Well, it's just one of those players that goes about his business. I haven't really called his name a whole lot in the run of play, but it's because he's doing his job and things are just flowing around him.
It's a pretty nervous looking Ian Russell, isn't it?
He looked a little pensive there. As he pointed out, Orange County are playing defense a little bit further up the pitch. Parra's working hard to try and chase the ball down as the forward.
Sorto rolled that one to Van Avike. It's awarded to Orange County, though it definitely deflected off of the men in black and orange. Perhaps it was after it already crossed the touchline. Chaplow. A flick across the field, not enough on it. That's a bad turnover. Sipley over to Richards.
Second time this game that his left foot has let him down on those crossfield passes. The one in the first half went out of bounds for a throw-in. He's a lot of fortunate that one behind his attacking line and allowing a Reno player ahead of steam. Could have opened the door for another counterattack.
We're just about 10 minutes into the second half, and right now Reno is racing toward net for the first time since the intermission. Nice diving stop by Charlie Lyon. Well, all of us with the USL want you to know that our thoughts and prayers go out to those affected by Hurricane Harvey, and we encourage you to donate to the American Red Cross by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or by texting Harvey to 90999. Hope you'll consider that in your own conscience as you try to help those who need it most. And I have to bring this up in the most unbelievable twist of irony that I can remember seeing in a while. The Houston Astros baseball team has finally returned home. They played the New York Mets this afternoon, and in game one, Matt Harvey was pitching for the New York Mets. Ball played back toward the middle. I think Houston decided it was time for a little payback. I'm quite sure that Houston fans took that one in stride. Speaking of going in stride, that is a poor tackle, and a booking is coming. It's a red card. Abalaji is sent off, and Orange County's nightmare is materializing.
It has just gone from bad to worse for Orange County. Openo gets the ball in stride, and then Abalaji just tangles his legs up with Openo. Definite contact. Almost looked in that replay, the second angle that we had there, Brandon, that it was almost Openo's legs that took him down rather than the contact. I said he's a big boy. That was a big left-handed thump to the advertising hoarding. Hopefully Abalaji's not going to feel that one in the morning.
I'm more worried about what's inside the locker room. It is basically a doomsday scenario right now for Orange County, and you can see the anguish on Logan Page's demeanor. He knows this is about to be extremely challenging. Weehan rips a shot above the bar, but now it almost feels like a wide open shooting spree coming for Reno.
It's going to be interesting to see how Logan Paws chooses to arrange his remaining players. He has to go on in the attack. You have to believe that he'll just go with 3 defenders, try and keep the attack going further up the pitch.
But they've had more success this half by playing this style we didn't see in that first half. And the last thing I would think that Orange County wants to do is let Reno get more comfortable in those quick counter-strike opportunities, no?
You're correct in that you don't want to have those counter-strike opportunities, so you have to keep going on the attack. So it has to be just the 3 defenders and then have the numerical advantages or keep things the same in the midfield area.
Well, at some point, you just got to flat out hit. Chaplow wears the captain's armband. He tries himself with an incredible effort. Off the top of the crossbar, and it bounces over the top of the net. That would have been a Sports Center highlight reel goal had it gone in.
Audacious effort. You see Chaplow here, he just looks up and he means to do this. He's got the goalkeeper beat. And I bet you as this ball's in flight, Chaplow's going, I've got him. I didn't get the crossbar though. Fantastic effort. Just so unlucky the second time tonight that Orange County SC have hit the crossbar.
Good team defense by Orange County to get back. Playing down a man the rest of the way. Weehan rolls it over. Boy, losing Abalaji is massive. There's a gaping hole in their defense right now.
It's massive, not only for tonight, but also the midweek game as well. He'll be suspended for the next one that is against their division rivals, Phoenix, rising just ahead of them in the standings.
I think his frustration was just that it really wasn't egregious contact. I mean, it was, look, he tripped him. I mean, it was clear, but it wasn't malicious. It's just an unfortunate break. When it's nothing but the goalie in front of you, there's really no debating. It's a red card.
And goes to the back pocket immediately from the ref. It was the right decision. As you say, Brown, it was just an innocuous little click of the heels.
Sometimes it's all it takes. Brian Brown has a left-footed shot ricocheted away. The field seems tilted in Reno's favor here this evening. 30 minutes remaining in regulation. See if Orange County can somehow stop the bleeding and get some kind of momentum going. At some point, you almost forget about the scoreboard and just say, okay, let's try and do something here that we can build on.
And it's these moments here that they have to try and build on. Is Parra trying to work hard up top to make things predictable. The team has to follow him up the pitch and cover up the runners as best as they can. I'd like to see Parra perhaps take a better angle, a better approach to shore things up so that the ball doesn't get switched on the team. If things can be predictable, then perhaps Orange County can then win the ball back in a more dangerous area and start their own counterattack.
Kasipli plays near side. Weehan wants to drive right at the net. To the backside, it's just over the top. Still alive though for Mfeka. Kasipli chips it off and it rolls out. Here's one more look at the red card.
It was a beautiful ball played over the top, and you just see that click of the heels there from Abalaji and up to his knees. Hopino looks at the referee and says, what the heck? He just got tripped. You blowing the whistle? Alex Chilowitz comes in and says, yeah, I'm blowing the whistle. I'm giving a red card.
Everybody's trying to mark a man. Headed by Brown and a diving stop. Charlie Lyon comes up big. Well, fans, you can stay up to date with the latest USL news and information all season long. All you got to do is follow us on Twitter at USL or listen to Mike Watts on USL Coast to Coast, Mondays at 7 p.m. on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. They'll also have the USL Game of the Week. Check out the dates and times on USLsoccer.com. Usually pretty good about it, getting guests on that show from both conferences. Usually one guest from the West, one from the East. Well worth the 1 hour listen. Chaplow looks to his left, says nope, goes backwards instead. Gustavo Villalobos. Van Eyck. Touch just over the top. Boy, that was a great leaping effort by Richards. We have a substitution coming on, and it is Richard Chaplow that will leave. The captain's armband coming off before Victor Pineda takes his spot. Your assessment of the way Chaplow played this evening?
In the first half, it looked like he was struggling a little bit, perhaps with his fitness. Maybe he'd picked up a knock that I didn't see. But in the main, I thought that Chaplow played a pretty good shift in this evening.
Fecca pokes it free. This one is chipped high toward the net. Bersano decides not to chase after it, and instead it's a goal kick.
I think Pineda maybe gives just a little bit more offensive presence. He's a little bit quicker going through the lines for Orange County, and that's what they need. They need that presence in the attacking third, deep into the penalty box if he can shoot through. Something that Chaplow doesn't necessarily give you a lot of. He's good box to box, but at times doesn't have that penetrating burst of speed through the back line.
Franco, who's now sporting the armband. Good little crossing play toward the middle, and that was another one well defended by Richards.
Fans and players alike at Orange County think that that should have been a handball on Richards as he chested it out of bounds for the corner kick. In the flow of play, I thought the right fullback for Reno had done a really good job of putting that one out for the corner.
Here it comes. There's a hard little elbow there. Another corner kick. Orange County couldn't find an immediate attacking point. Maybe something here though with Van Eyck. And a goal kick coming. That one's off of the newcomer Para.
Great strength from Para to turn and get the shot in the box. Wasn't able to put it on frame.
Bersano patiently waiting. It appears that teams over on the sideline were considering sending on substitutes. Actually, I beg your pardon, they made a substitution. Well, maybe I'm all confused. Has not come in yet. But Junior Burgos will join the festivities. And they'll do it after Chris Wehan puts one in the back of the net. (3-0 Reno).
Well, Wehan wanted to join the festivities too. He's been a little bit quiet on the left flank. Reno again demonstrating how effective they are on the counterattack. Beautifully taken goal, just chips it over the goalkeeper. Lyons, as he's trying to close down the angle into the roof of the net with the left foot. Turns and points a finger of appreciation for the ball that played him in.
But that big $1 million smile from Mr. Wehan, who thought he had one earlier, but instead was ruled an own goal. As Junior Burgos, the young man from El Salvador, runs on. Lindo Mfeka as his day come to an end. Reno strikes again here in the second half. And now this 3-0 lead is about as daunting as Orange County could really hope for. Ooh, that's a tough collision, and Parra goes down holding his head. They're waving on medical attention.
50-50 ball, both players committed to it. Rockford there, the big center back for Reno. Beautifully headed forwards by Van Eyck. A shake of the arm there is in the challenge, or am I imagining that, Brandon?
I'm not going to put thoughts in your head.
A dangerous place to be.
Well, it was definitely his shoulder. I think it's safe to say there was no extended forearm or elbow. And apparently needed to stretch his leg after he had his bell rung. Only joking, because Parra seems to be okay as he runs off the field. Certainly not trying to make light of an injury, but I do find it funny that they were stretching his hamstrings. We're in the 70th minute. Considering that Reno has such a sizable lead on the road, let me pose this question to you. How realistic is it that they could knock off a team like Real Monarchs or San Antonio if they have to go on the road in the playoffs?
Well, the performance that we've seen tonight, considering that they're missing their leading goal scorer, has been really impressive. I don't think that Reno fear anybody. I'm sure, obviously, all the teams in the league respect each other, but they don't fear anybody, and they believe that they can play with anybody. So I would imagine that this Reno team we're seeing tonight would compete admirably, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't win. It'd be interesting, because I know that those teams at the top, they also play a counter-attacking style as well, so it'll be an interesting clash of styles.
We reminded you earlier that you could stay in tune with all the latest updates each Monday night at 7 p.m. with Mike Watts as he hosts USL Coast to Coast. Well, Mike just sent me a note that Chris Wehan goal is the 998th goal across the league this year. And they're closing in on 1,000 goals in the USL. Leave it to Mike to know that one.
I was reading the game notes from Reno. They needed 8 more goals on this season to break the single season scoring record for the USL.
It would not surprise me if they eclipse that. All kidding aside, though, seriously, Mike does such a tremendous job covering this league. He is as well-rounded and as knowledgeable about this league as you're going to find anywhere. He is your source for sure. If you have questions or you want a chance to call into the show, I know he tries to take phone calls every once in a while. And of course, he and Morgan Conklin do the game of the week for the USL. Really enjoy his work. Quick shot into the box, poked away. What can Orange County do here? Oh, while they figure it out, we'll remind you that Nike is an official sponsor of the United Soccer League. And for more information, please visit NikeSoccer.com. Reno playing with a one-man advantage.
The body language of Orange County seems a little bit disjointed at the moment. Stoppage in play as
I think Parra
is hobbled.
I have to, as there is a sub that's coming in, I have to make amends. I believe actually that goal was the 999th goal. So the next one is goal 1,000. We'll have to see if we get goal number 1,000 here tonight. All right, in the meantime, Parra comes out in his debut. He is no longer on the field. Thought he played pretty well. Certainly had the presence. As Monday 18 takes his spot.
So it wasn't for the want of trying. I mean, that beautiful volleyed effort in the first half from Parra. Still questioning how that one didn't bounce down close to the goal line, if not into the back of the net.
Orange County has used all of its substitutions.
Referee waving advantage played as Van Ewijk put his arms on the shoulders of
corner kick coming.
Attention fans, tonight's announced attendance is 2017. Thank you to all the fans for coming out tonight. We'll be right back here at home.
I couldn't help but laugh. The announced attendance tonight, 2017. Of course it is. Off the corner. A header into the middle. Cleared away from danger. It's been a tough day for Orange County. Hung around okay early on. They have run into a machine here tonight. And just understanding how well oiled this machine is, forgive the pun, is truly that their best scorer, their leading scorer, is not here. And this has been a pretty one-sided affair. It's not to say that Orange County hasn't had a couple of great looks. They've had two balls ricochet off the crossbar, but outside of those opportunities, nothing else has really come of Orange County's offensive attack.
Orange County, they've done their best to compete in the game. They've had those two opportunities off the crossbar, but it's been just too far between those chances. They haven't had that killer blow in the attacking third. Of course, Abalaji being sent off has not helped their cause in any way, shape or form.
Victor Pineda plays to the far side, passed in the middle, headed out for a moment. Franco couldn't keep it in front of him. Some pushing and shoving on the way to the ball. Villalobos plays it off into the middle, just over the top of the bar. Great look by Alvarez, but he's too tall.
So busy in the first half was Alvarez. He's been a little quiet in this second half. Orange County still getting some joy down this right flank. Ball in was a good one. Alvarez just didn't time his jump well enough to put that one on frame to trouble the goalkeeper.
In your opinion, Alvarez and his inactivity in this second half, is that more a fatigue factor, or is it more a concerted effort on Reno's defensive behalf to try and take him out of play?
I think it's a little bit that Orange County have actually been trying to go around the flanks a little bit more. Alvarez has been staying a little bit more central. So he just hasn't had the service that he had in the first half.
I mean, he was involved on almost every touch in that first half. Here comes Van Ewijk. Pineda. Villalobos. Good idea. Kept in play. An opening to the back post, and it's knocked free. Orange County's just not giving in. The header from Franco keeps it in danger area. Orange County does not like the lack of a whistle. Little give and go, scoots around the defense. Here comes Darwin Espinal, who came on a moment ago. Working with Opano. Reno has a one-man advantage. That was as well defended as you could do. Frank Olive still taking it up the field. Nullified by Ockford. Played ahead for Brown, and the flag goes up.
That was beautiful defending there from Orange County, getting back in the numbers that they needed to condense the area at the top of the box, take away the passing lanes from Hopano.
A great chance here, and a takedown in the box. No foul called. Reno's hearts are collectively racing. Orange County's blood pressure collectively rising. Brown lays it off to the side. Richards rips one a little tall. Got a substitution coming as Brian Brown is leaving the playing field. Mackenzie Pridham to take his spot. 26-year-old from California.
I'd be a little frustrated if I was Brown. He's played really well this evening. Hopano has had more time on the pitch. If I was Brown, I'd be like, why didn't you take Hopano off? Give me some more minutes, coach. Obviously, Pridham needs his time as well, but
at some point you got to remember too, and I'm not necessarily saying this in spite of your comment, but just the idea of trying to balance that playing time with the impending playoffs and making sure guys are well rested. Morrell. He was also pretty involved in the first half, but I haven't seen him pressing up so much on the outside flank here in half number two.
Reno have been a little bit more conservative, trying to protect that 2-0 lead that they had at halftime.
A little extra contact there. Pridham applying some pressure. That was some awfully aggressive play. Here's Van Eyck. Fernandez had it taken right out from underneath him. Villalobos played it forward. Alvarez left foots it away. Everybody lines up. Headed toward the middle, still alive. A swing and a miss. Alvarez. Second chance, no good.
Tim did a really good job at the back post to head that one back across the goal. Van Eyck was there, couldn't get any purchase on it. And then Alvarez, as you said, the swing and the miss, couldn't quite turn it on frame either. Take a look back now at that chance that, was it or wasn't it a penalty kick? Ball played by Van Eyck, and that's absolutely the right call there from the official. Alex Chelowitz got that right. There was no foul.
Van Eyck on two hops, looking to try and beat Persano. Did not happen.
It looked like Etem, the pass was just a little bit behind him and tripped over his own feet trying to corral the ball and turn the shot on frame.
Kasipli tackled from behind. And he is down in some agony. Slowly helped to his feet. A quick look at the replay here on that foul.
Villalobos coming in from behind, just stepping on the back of the hill. That does not feel good. Right boot comes off in the process as well.
Well, he reties his shoe. We remind you that the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and its rising stars. Follow us on Twitter at USL and keep up to date with everything going on league-wide at uslsoccer.com. A chance here for Espinal, taken down just outside the box. And OC keeps it going. If you didn't catch it earlier, we are still on goal watch for number 1,000 across the USL here in 2017. As a league, we are at 999. Might we see the 1,000th goal here tonight? I know you've been waiting all season for it.
One of those good trivia questions on
that's right.
Pub night. Who scores the 1,000th goal?
I thought you were going to say who was the analyst in the game where the 1,000th goal was scored.
I don't think anybody would care about that.
Oh, come on now. Don't sell yourself short. Fancy footwork from Espinal. Franco's right there. Played ahead, onside. It's Openo making the push. Probably not how he drew it up.
The support run of Pridham there was just a little bit too straight. You have to pull off a little bit, try and create the angle for the pass played to you into space, or at the very least, maybe wrong foot the defender away from the area that the ball is going into.
Orange County's been down a man almost for a half hour at this point. To their credit, they've only given up one goal in that stretch.
The key stat for the game, though, is that they've only got one shot on target, and that was one from Van Ewijk, which was a very weak effort from outside the box that the goalkeeper was able to save very easily. Bassano in net for Reno has done a good job.
Reno in the driver's seat, content with slowing things down for a moment. (1868) FC takes it back. Pridham with a great open look at the goal. He lays it off. Oh my goodness, he had a chance. He wanted to let Openo take a shot. My goodness.
The timing of his run was fantastic. He splits the two defenders.
Does he get second chances? Openo. Push down, no foul.
Openo just went to ground way too easily there under the challenge from Oliver. Pridham, why did you pass the ball off? I think he had the goalkeeper beat as well.
Maybe nobody told him they were waiting on the 1,000th goal. All kidding aside, I can't understand it either. He had him there, just chip it over. Easier said than done. Another look at his potential opportunity here.
Well, the timing of his run was fantastic. He slows things down. He had the goalkeeper beat. Lyons was going to ground. He just dragged that ball underneath his right foot and gone to his left. He would have had an easy tap in.
Still alive here, Pridham. Good work. Wow, terrific footwork by Espinal. And somehow staying ahead of Villalobos. Espinal and Pridham are both there. It's Darwin Espinal who has a diving stop. And it's refuted. He can't believe it.
I'd done it. I had the goal of the week in my hand, and I knocked the ball straight to the goalkeeper. A fantastic run.
Here's one rolled right at Bersano. Well, for nothing else, the end of this game has remained interesting. Looking for Kasipli, Bersano turns it, or I should say Lyon turns it over. Couple looks here at what we've just seen.
Espinal picking the ball up almost at the top of his own box, a little shimmy, a shake, and just takes the ball into space. Beautifully done, beats another defender. Beats Sorto as well. Credit to the goalkeeper. It was actually a harder save than it looked in the run of play. Lyons going to his left, off balance a little bit on his heels. It certainly wasn't the purchase on the shot from Espinosa that all of the skill that went ahead of it deserved.
Reno with a commanding 3-0 lead. The result of this game is not in question. It's just a matter of time at this point. Reno 1868 FC is about to pick up their 13th win of the season in just their 24th game. What an incredible first year of the franchise in Reno. And I know they're excited for Las Vegas to have a team next year. The banter has already been entertaining on Twitter between the two teams. In the meantime, Espinal drops it back. Played up, Pridham had it taken away from him. Controlled by Orange County. Reno with no Dane Kelly tonight, but it hasn't slowed down this juggernaut offense. Foul on the men in blue.
Rockford there, the scorer of the first goal for Reno. Heavy challenge on a Tim.
We are in stoppage time. 3 minutes have been added. Van Abike. Lost possession. And it will be a throw-in for Reno. One more reminder for you that as a league, we would like to encourage you to keep in your thoughts and prayers, as we are, all those affected by Hurricane Harvey. If you are interested in making a donation, call 1-800-RED-CROSS or text Harvey to 90999. Thank you for your support. In the meantime, Orange County trying for their first goal of the night. Pineda lays it off into the corner. Franco centering pass. Still with the orange and black. Shot is on one hop, and it's buried in the back of the net. Goal 1000. It belongs to Monday 18.
The important thing for Orange County SC is that they have never given up in this game. Bersano didn't read that ball played in very well. Looked like it was deflected. The goalkeeper certainly did well. It was deflected maybe twice on its way to the goalkeeper. Tim did a fantastic job getting the 1000th goal in the USL. Heads up play, framing the goal, getting the rebound and putting it into the back of the net.
Maybe a little bit of a silver lining for Orange County on a night that has otherwise been frustrating. Certainly a credit to the league as well, that things continue to grow and blossom And the style of play has been as exciting as I think really any of us could have hoped for all season long. Some banners and streamers have made their way onto the field after that Orange County goal.
Finally, the bounce of the ball went Orange County's way. Obviously too little too late. They've had some bad luck in this match, hitting the crossbar twice. Credit the goalkeeper. You see this frustration. Bassano, he's so close to another clean sheet. Would have been his 9th on the season. That ball in replay, it looked like it deflected a couple of times on its way to him.
How about that rifled shot? Holy smokes. Burgos put it on net. It's the last play of the game. We seem to have a little bit of everything, and when the dust finally settles, Reno on the road takes a 3-1 win, keeping Orange County winless on their new home field. That won't remain the case for long, I'm sure. Orange County is making strides, and they do score a highlight goal at the end of the game. Reno with 3 goals, including one when they had a 1-player advantage for the majority of the second half. It came from Chris Wehan. He was also involved in Reno's 2nd goal of the game. That came back in the 15th minute. Reno scored their first in the 13th minute. We'll have some final numbers and highlights coming for you on the other side of this break. Reno wins their 5th in a row. Nobody hotter in the USL. Reno 1868 FC with an impressive 3-1 win at Orange County tonight. They have won 5 games in a row, 15 straight points. Look out, top of the West. Reno is for real, even without Dane Kelly.
They certainly are for real. They're a tough team to play. Hit so quickly on the counterattack. Orange County SC, they can count themselves a little bit unlucky hitting the crossbar twice tonight, but they never said die in getting the 1 goal at the death of the match.
Full-time highlights for you as Reno players thank their fans for making the trip down to Southern California. Got going early. Here was the first goal of the game.
Just kept alive in and around the box, never clear. There's Richards with a devastating header back into the danger area, and then I don't think he really knew a whole lot about this, but Oakford doesn't care. It goes into the back of the net. Lyons didn't know a whole lot about it. It went through his legs. As you see on this angle here, great look. It's actually the left foot of Oakford that put it past the despairing goalkeeper. But this was a great goal. Beautifully long, flighted ball collected by Brown. Checks his run, lovely little bit of skill collecting the ball, and then the pass was fantastic, diagonally across the box. The run from Wien had to be tracked by Soto, the defender. Wien didn't touch the ball, Soto did. Lyons had no chance. It's into the back of the net for the second goal, scored by Soto for Orange County SC.
And I think maybe Olivier just lost track of exactly where he should have positioned himself. This was the red card that kind of devastated the second half comeback effort. Sola Abulaji sent off in the 56th.
Orange County SC had been really competitive at the close of the first half and started off positively in the second. And just running across the back of the hills of Hopano was Abulaji and got sent off for his efforts. And here is Wien on the third goal of the night, beautifully taken. Brown collecting the ball, delivers it in stride to Wien coming down the middle of the pitch. Lovely patience from Brown, waits for the support. Lovely collection, lovely chip of the ball over the goalkeeper. And there is the third goal of the night for Reno 1868. And then there's another effort, this one from a team. He looked like he was tripped, but in replay you can see that he actually falls over his own feet. And that was basically the luck that Orange County SC were having on the night. Nothing really going their way until right at the death of the game.
Monday team made up for it, no doubt about that. You're right, this ball kind of deflected a couple of times, and a team would not be denied after not giving the, or I should say not getting the opportunity to shoot a penalty kick about 12 minutes prior to that. It was the only tally of the night for the men in orange and black.
Alvarez playing the ball in. It looked like it was deflected a couple of times, and there goes Tim into the back of the net from the rebound. Goal number 1,000 in USL history.
Your final numbers. Orange County falls 3-1, though they should feel good about the way they played in the second half because all 5 of those shots on target came in the second 45 minutes.
There's a lot more positives to hang their hats on about this match than perhaps they feel at this moment looking at the scoreline. You're right, they put 5 shots on target. They did a much better job in the second half considering they were down a player as well. The possession is good as well. So again, positives to hang their hats on. But again, as Logan Paul said to you and I in the week, somebody has to step up and create some magic. Maybe that Tim goal will be the little bit of confidence boost they need for the rest of the team to step up and create that magic they need to find a way into the playoff picture.
As we look at what lies ahead, the next game for Reno comes Wednesday night at LA Galaxy 2. It's a 7:30 Pacific time start, 10:30 on the East Coast. Look out LA Galaxy 2 because this team right now is almost unstoppable. For OC, well, they are going to be our nationally televised game this week. Phoenix Rising FC and Didier Drogba come to town on Wednesday night, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 local time. What a fun game. We had some highlights early in the first half. We had some high energy and some up-tempo playing. Lots of fun. Your final thoughts?
Again, you're right. It was a very entertaining game for both sets of fans. Reno have a lot to hang their hats on, a lot of positives to go for. Orange County have a lot of things to go for as well, positively. That next game against Phoenix Rising is going to be absolutely vital for Orange County SC. Let's see if they can find a way to get the job done.
Reno goes to 13-5-6 with the win. Orange County 7-8-8 with a loss. For our producer, Gage Tillotson, and for Matt Stubbington and our entire crew, I'm Brendan Gulick. Good night from Southern California.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.